After almost 3 months of battling for his life, three-time former Chief Minister of Assam, Tarun Gogoi, breathed his last at around 5:30 p.m. this evening at Guwahati Medical College and Hospital. The veteran leader was 86 and had been suffering from post-COVID complications with multi-organ failure. Tarun Gogoi had tested positive for the virus on August 25th and was admitted to Guwahati Medical College and Hospital the next day and was given a blood plasma transplant. Gogoi was treated for 20 days and finally tested negative. His existing comorbidities and advanced age had made his condition worse. On November 21, Gogoi was admitted to Guwahati Medical College and Hospital again, where he was under observation by a team of doctors which included Abhijit Sarma, the superintendent of the medical college. He was put on invasive ventilation on Saturday night as his condition turned critical. Earlier in the afternoon, Assam Health Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma informed that former Chief Minister's condition turned extremely critical. "We are only getting some signs from his brain and a little eye movement. All other organs have stopped functioning," Sarma said. Several senior political leaders have reached Guwahati Medical College and Hospital to pay their last respects to Gogoi, who was immensely popular among the masses. Gogoi was born on April 1, 1934 into an Ahom family at Rangajan Tea Estate, then Sivasagar district, now the Jorhat district in Assam. Tarun Gogoi served 6 terms as a member of parliament from the Lok Sabha. He first represented Jorhat in 1971 to 1985. Gogoi became a political leader with national stature after he was elected Joint Secretary of the All India Congress Committee in 1976 under Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. He later served as General Secretary of the All India Congress Committee from 1985 to 1990 under Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. Gogoi also served in the Union Cabinet of India under Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao as Union Minister of State in the Food and Food Processing Industry departments from 1991 to 1996. Gogoi has since served 4 terms as a member of Legislative Assembly in the Legislature of Assam. He first represented Margharita constituency in the legislature in 1996. He represented the Titabar constituency since 2001. Tarun Gogoi was elected Chief Minister of Assam in 2001 after he led the Indian National Congress to victory in the state elections. He also led the party to a record 3 consecutive electoral victories in the state as Chief Minister. The decade-long ongoing Indo-Naga peace talks is likely to reach a final solution during Union Home Minister Amit Shah's one-day visit to Imphal on November 29, 2020. On his one-day tour in Imphal, Amit Shah will be meeting with the Chief Minister N. Biren Singh and his Cabinet Council ministers and will also discuss different issues, namely border, terrorism, drug issue at Indo-Myanmar border, suspension of operation against Kuki militant groups and modification of 6th schedule. He will also be inaugurating 5 major projects and laying foundation stones on the day at the City Convention, Konung Mamang Palace compound. After that, he will be leaving Imphal city for the neighboring state of Assam. As per information received, it is not yet clear whether Amit Shah will be meeting the leaders of the civil society organizations or not. It may be mentioned that the Chief Minister has been invited to Delhi to discuss various issues before any agreement is reached between the Government of India, the National Socialist Council of Nagaland, Isaac Muiwa, and the Naga National Political Groups, which is an umbrella body of 7 Naga insurgent groups. Negotiations between the Modi government and NSC and IM have intensified over the past few months but remain inconclusive, with both sides maintaining their respective stance over the IM's demand for a separate Naga flag and constitution. Due to low power generation from the hydropower generating stations and the resultant power shortfall, Nagaland State Power Department said it will be compelled to impose load shedding throughout the state on a rotational basis. During this critical time of power crisis, the department has appealed to customers for judicious and optimum use of electricity by switching off avoidable appliances that would go a long way to reduce the duration and quantum of load shedding. While regretting the inconvenience caused, Ribemo Mozui, in a press note, said that the department was making all efforts to provide stable power supply during the festive season of Christmas and New Year celebrations. It may be recalled that the state government, in order to give impetus to the activities of the Power Department, has projected an amount of rupees 1,115 crore to the 15th Finance Commission for various power projects in the state. Minister for Planning and Coordination, Land Revenue and Parliamentary Affairs, Niba Kronu, said during the inspection of the ongoing revival work of Duilum Roy Mini Hydel project at Poilwa village under Perin district, accompanied by advisor of Power Tovehoto Ayemi and officials of Power Department. On the department's proposal for upgradation of the Mini Hydel project at Duilum Roy up to 2 megawatts, he suggested conducting a proper feasibility survey so as to take up the matter at the government level. 10 central trade unions have declared to go ahead with their planned nationwide general strike on November 26 and also announced their support to a 2-day farmers' agitation next week. The union leaders said workers from all sectors except those involved in essential services would take part in the national strike. In addition to the 10 major trade unions, employees' organizations in banking, insurance, railway as well as state and central government institutions would take part in the strike. Taxi drivers and workers from the unorganized sector too would be participating. An estimated 1.6 crore workers will be part of the 24-hour strike, which will begin from November 25th midnight to November 26th midnight. With positive cases rising all across the nation, the COVID-19 status of northeastern states are: like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for news that matters and stories that inspire.